All right. Hello, everyone who's joining in to the Pathway to Healing series. I'm Paula Elochi, and this is episode 3. So I'm so excited. I have an amazing guest, my childhood friend, LB Morris of LB Morris Consults or Consults. Am I saying this right?
Yes, consults.
And
Yes.
Consults. Okay. I was like, let me make sure the pronunciation is the same. So she is going to be here joining us on how she continues to choose herself. So October kicks off Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So for this entire month, I have so many guests, amazing guests, who are coming on sharing their tidbits of how you can improve your health, especially during your healing process, and the different ways that you can do that. So today we are going to talk about continuing to choose myself, and I'm going to give the mic to the space to LB Morris to talk a little bit about what it is that you do.
Awesome. So thank you so much for having me. Like, how amazing is this? This is like
I
full circle,
know.
right?
I know. I'm so excited.
It's amazing. But I help people become their healthiest and well self. So that's what I do. I am a certified health coach, and I am also a nutrition educator and a faith-based nutrition advisor. And so, and it's different capacities. So I'm a health coach. So I help people with their health journey. They make a goal for themselves or make several goals for themselves, and I just guide them through that journey. That journey can be a short journey. That journey can be a long journey. That journey can, go as far as I want to change my eating habits to I want to stop ingesting caffeine to I need to sleep more to I want to lose weight, whatever that is for that person. So I kind of just help them through that journey so that it's sustainable. In regards of a faith-based nutrition advisor, I just help people infuse or interconnect faith with health. So just
Mm,
showing them how they can incorporate whatever their faith base is. So if you're a Christian, if you're, a Seventh-day Adventist or whatever, I just show you how to interconnect God with, your health because it's just like this.
mhm.
And then as far as nutrition educator, I love talking about nutrition. I love helping people, and I love to, tell everything that I learned. I'm in grad school right now. I'm almost done with
Ooh,
my master's of science in nutrition and wellness.
that
So
is
everything
awesome.
I learn, I try to inform the people. I try to inform everyone because I just try to kind of break down that mysticism of nutrition. Like this is the new secret, or this is the new thing, or this is the where it's not that deep, and I'm gonna help you through it.
Yeah, I'm so excited about the nutrition part because it was something you said in your quote. You said, now that you've survived and you're here, you need to make sure you stay here. And one of the
Yes.
things, as a survivor myself, one thing that you let go to the wayside is your nutrition, your health.
Mm-hmm.
Because in your
Mm-hmm.
mind, you want to feel good. So that
Mm-hmm.
chocolate makes you feel good, or what, the fast food, whatever it is, you have children, you don't feel like cooking, whatever the thing
Mm-hmm.
is, you want something quick. So,
Mm-hmm.
what is your advice on finding something natural to get that quick fix, but also what are the downsides of that quick fix when you're trying to relieve anxiety or depression or stress?
Mm-hmm.
So what is that?
Well, first things first, to survivors, like you are the bravest, magical unicorn, superwoman, period. Okay. Like
I
you have
love
done
that.
it. This, you've done it. You said, okay, this is about me. I'm trying to save my life. I'm trying to save my child's life. I'm trying to be here. I'm trying to walk in my purpose. So you did the huge brave thing of choosing yourself and walking away. Bam. That's the biggest thing. That journey continues with your health. So
Wow.
your health, I'm choosing to stay here. I'm choosing to be my best while I'm here because I did the hard thing and I'm going to
Mm,
continue to do the hard thing. The bravest people are the people who are able to walk away and choose themselves. And that's all this is. So I
wow.
would say try to learn yourself. So that's all this journey is. You're learning yourself. So you're learning yourself, in your transition out of domestic violence, and you're learning yourself in nutrition. What works for you? What doesn't work for you? Gluten don't work for you, then let it go. And let's try to find some gluten alternatives. Vegetables work more for you, incorporate more of those. Meat works for you, you try to vegan and it didn't work out, honey, eat your meat, but make sure it's
Mhm.
healthy and organic and antibiotic free. you know,
Right.
So it's about learning yourself and spending time with yourself and just really, being a part of that journey. I was discussing with one of my clients today and she was frustrated, and turns out, she'd actually lost some inches. She's like, I feel like I'm losing enough weight. Blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, some people, their weight is reflected in pounds. Some people it's in inches. I believe in Black women, we reflect in inches first.
Yes.
Turns out sis lost almost 2 inches, so how huge is that? So just remembering, okay, this works for me or this doesn't work for me, or my body responds this way. It's first things first. The top rule is getting to know yourself. So if you are an emotional eater, what are your triggers? Spend time with yourself. If you feel an urge and desire, like, I just want a brownie, stop, pause. Why do you want that brownie? Are you hungry? Do you just want a quick fix? Are you upset about something? Did something happen? You take that time with yourself. And you're always being mindful. And I'm not saying don't have the brownie. I'm saying? If it's just like, I just want a brownie, honey, eat your brownie. But let's think about our portions. Let's eat half of the brownie, or let's eat a bite of the brownie. One of my biggest rules is take a bite. Was that bite everything in the world you thought it was? Did it take you to Jamaica, honey? Did it just make you think about the most amazing man? Because if it didn't do all that, let it go. Take your bite, put it down. But if it was all that, continue to eat your brownie. Just eat half.
Okay, first off, there's so much you said that I'm over here like, do you have a collection plate? Because I'm about to throw a seed into this ministry. One thing that you said was getting to learn yourself. So many times people who are in an abusive relationship, marriage, they're the person in charge of the meals. And they don't typically have a say in what's for dinner. As simple as that. They don't even have a say. So one thing that I really love that you said was get to know yourself, because you get out of it and you don't even know what you want to eat. You don't even know, you know what I mean? You don't even know what's good for you because you've been told what's good for you. So I love that you have on there getting to know yourself.
Yes. So that's the key, is just spend that time with yourself, do the work. And it's hard. It's hard work getting to know yourself. It's hard work where, you might find something that you're just like, oh my God, it's so good. And it realizes it's putting weight on you. So you need to readjust. I know some people who get upset, they'll go plant-based. I'm like, I've put on more weight. I'm like, well, did you just eat some rice, beans, and plantains? Was that your whole meal? Honey, those are all carbs. Let's break that up.
Right. So can you talk a little bit about the effects of what eating healthy does as far as to your mental state? Because you talked about triggers and stuff. And I will be honest and say sometimes, having that glass of wine with that cheesecake or whatever feels good in the moment. But what are some more lasting things you can do to feel good?
So there are lots of alternative therapy practices that you can do. You can take a walk. There is scientific research that from the sun and the walking alone boosts your endorphins and lowers your cortisol. So it lowers your stress level. It makes you feel good about yourself and makes you feel good about life. It is scientifically proven that exercise and incorporating some kind of physical activity boosts self-esteem. Okay. So because it lets you know, it boosts self-efficacy. Oh my God, I did it. Yes, you did, hon. You did it, sis. Yes, you took that walk. The fact that you got up and made a decision to do it, that's the hard part. And then, just up it a little more if you want. I'm going to walk 10 minutes today. I'm going to walk 11 minutes today. You don't got to make these huge, goals on yourself. Like, I'm going to walk 2 hours. Or I'm going to run. Calm all that down.
Yourself up for failure.
We want it sustainable. We want to make achievable goals, measurable goals, so that you can look back and say, over the last 2 weeks, I was walking 10 minutes and I was out of breath. Now I'm walking 30 and I'm fine. So we want those small attainable things. We want to, you can stretch and breathe. Deep breathing and stretching, again, scientifically proven to enhance and to lower stress levels, to heighten endorphins, to lower stress. 5 minutes of deep breathing, just literally just sitting with yourself. Sit with yourself and breathe. You can do it to music, you can do it to meditation, you can all that. Moms, we need our time. Take
Yes.
your 5 minutes and breathe. I do mine in the morning with a nice cup of hot water and lemon, usually outside or sometimes in the room. And I'll just kind of just sit with myself. And then you give your time, if you are, practicing a faith, then I'll give my time to God. I'll have my prayer time after that. But you have to take time for yourself, because sometimes you're talking to God, but sometimes you need to talk to yourself.
Yes. You're
So
reading
spend
my
that
life.
time you know spend that time
Hmm.
with yourself, and just and that's how you can kind of do some of those natural healthy practices to bring down that stress, boost your self-esteem. One of my things that I have One of the things that I have my clients do every day is tell me 3 things that you've achieved today. They can be small. They can be
Mm,
small. I drank a cup of water today.
I like
Yes, you
that.
did. It's better than yesterday, isn't it? You know, what did you do today? I didn't yell at my daughter today. Just anything. Give me 3 things that you did better today. And I'm not saying you were the best at it, but you did better. That will boost your self esteem. That will raise your self efficacy. Just do small things. It's a
Yeah,
journey. It's a journey. So it's
it is a
small.
journey. And that's so important because when you find yourself on the outside of the hell that you were in, you want to run and you want to do
Yeah.
everything that you missed out on during that time. So I love that you said it's a journey
Mm-hmm.
because we could set ourselves up for failure trying to achieve something that's achievable, but maybe not within a time frame that we set that
Correct.
goal. So you're absolutely right because that'll bring your self-esteem down even more because maybe you were told that you weren't good enough, or maybe you were
Mm-hmm.
told, something that chipped away at you,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I love that you said that. And one thing I would love to hear from you is you probably hear this all the time. I don't have time to prepare foods. I don't have the money to
Mm-hmm.
buy healthy food.
Mm-hmm.
What are some suggestions that you can give as far as putting time aside or finding time to
Mm-hmm.
make healthier choices for yourself and your family?
So first, I would say you're absolutely right. Time is limited and you can't get it back.
Mhm.
Money is limited. There is a huge, disparity gap in eating the healthy way and not. It's much cheaper to eat unhealthy. The convenient foods are cheaper. They're easier to get to. They're already prepared. You're absolutely right. But guess
Yeah.
what? Guess what? You removed yourself from hell. You did it. Okay?
Mhm.
You did it. So let's just fight a little more for yourself. So
Wow.
let's carve out 10 more minutes to do a little meal prep. Let's eat an apple, and always telling yourself, what am I doing? What am I putting into my body that makes me better? What am I glorifying the temple? Am I
Mhm.
enhancing myself? Think that every time you eat something, what are the nutrients in this? Will this enhance me? Will this make me better? Will this give me more energy as a mom? Will this, give me a sharper mind in this next meeting? And you have to think about the not only the physiological aspects of things. You have to think about kind of what it does to you spiritually as well. So, for example, sugar. What does sugar do? Sugar is sticky, right?
Mhm.
Sugar sticks to things. It creates mucus. Okay, it's a great thing because you want your carbohydrates because they're energy. It's available energy for you to use when you exert yourself. So you want that. Carbs aren't bad, but when you just the types of sugar that you can put into your body, if it doesn't have any fiber, if it doesn't have any nutritional value, then what is that doing? So think about that. It's empty. Do we want emptiness in our lives? No,
Mm.
we want fullness. We want
Yes.
fiber. We want things that carry bad stuff out. That's what fiber does. Okay. Do we want things that stick and create mucus? No. Mucus is germs, it's bacteria. We don't want that, you
Mhm.
know? So we have to think about those things. Think about the things that are attached to the things that you put in your body. What is protein? Protein builds muscles. Yes, I want to build my body.
Mhm.
What is water? It is hydration. I am giving myself hydration. I want to get out all the toxins. That's what water does to you. So you think
Wow.
about the different things that are attached to what you put into your body. And if you are going to do a carb, do your healthy carbs. Do your beans, your legumes. And yes, I want that available because I'm going to exert myself because I'm taking my day by charge and I need the energy to do it.
I love that. For one, you just motivated me to go through my kitchen and get rid of all the stuff in there because I'm thinking right now, there are a couple of things that I could get rid of Because it sounds like you're saying you can't afford not to make these choices.
You
Is
can't.
what it comes down to,
Can't do it.
and the clarity that it gives you. Like for me, I know personally, I've been a bit off, but my diet has been off. And when
Mm-hmm.
my diet is off, I'm more stressed, I'm more anxious.
Yes.
You feel the difference, right? Even when I'm working out, it doesn't battle what you're
Mm-hmm.
putting in, it doesn't combat what you're putting into your body. So I
Exactly.
love that you said, no, you need to carve out some time
Mhm.
and be intentional about being healthier.
Correct, correct. And when your insulin levels are heightened, so even if you don't have diabetes, when your insulin levels are high, it makes you ache more, it causes inflammation, it causes stress, it causes depression
Mhm.
and anxiety. And we don't got time for none of that.
No.
We don't got time for none of that. We trying to conquer the world. We're trying to walk in purpose. Okay, we are transitioning. We are living out loud in a healthy way. Are we not?
Hmm.
So we can't jeopardize ourselves. We can't sabotage ourselves by doing things that are counterproductive.
Hmm. Do you have any suggestions for children who may not be used to eating healthier? Any suggestions on how
Yes.
to introduce that into the children? Because I know a lot of times we make decisions on my meals. I'll make two different meals sometimes. I'm like, I don't have time to be a short, order chef, and I'm preparing meals for him and the meals for myself. What are some suggestions to start to introduce
It
things to
takes
children?
15 times to introduce a new food to a child.
Oh, I did a solid one and gave up.
And as a mom, I
Wow.
get it because you're like, oh my God, like you don't like it, you're not going to eat. I
And
get
I'm like,
it.
he's not going
You
to eat, you
know?
know?
I get it. So I would recommend have that staple there. Have a staple that's something that he likes, that's not that unhealthy, and then introduce that new food. The new food doesn't even
Mhm.
have to be on his plate. It can be adjacent to his plate, and you show mommy's picking off of it and crunching on it. And you continue about your way. Eat together. Share your meals together. You
Mm,
should be eating at a different time than he's eating. He
okay.
should see you eating. He should see you eating what you want him to eat. You know so go ahead and put it there. It's non-threatening. The broccoli's hanging out. Mommy's snacking on it. You're eating, whatever he likes to eat, and that's good. You can also rely on things like smoothies, popsicles. You can put anything in there.
Mm,
Oatmeal. You can put flaxseed, chia seeds, all kind of things in there. My daughter eats oatmeal almost every morning. She
my
loves
son
it.
loves
But
oatmeal.
right in her oatmeal, guess what? There's flax seeds, chia seeds, and hemp seeds. You know,
Mm, mhm.
so she loves all that. In her popsicles it's hemp milk based, and then there's some kind of a fruit in there. The thing is that kids are little people, so just think about yourself. When you tried something new and you're like, but probably by the third or fourth time you kind of get used to it.
Right, right.
So just kind of put it there, non-threatening, let it hang out, show mommy eating it, and try to, fun ways to do it, cut it in fun shapes, make little, animals out of it, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Pancakes is an excellent way to get your bunch of stuff in there, you know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
Mhm,
I feel so motivated.
yes.
I'm like, okay, I get it. I know what I'm. And I want to take a quick break here to let people know, the viewers who are watching, because you have a bit of feedback here. People are loving it, for one. But if you guys have any questions while we are on the air, please feel free to put them in a comment, and I will put it up for LB to address, because this is some really good information. Okay, so just kind of just going backwards a little bit. We talked a little bit about the health benefits of eating healthier. Anything in particular you would suggest for anxiety? Because that's something that people continue to deal with even after leaving an abusive relationship,
Mhm.
or just as far as just maybe how do I want to say this? Suggestions for eliminating maybe the addiction. So sugar is an addiction, right? And
Mhm.
being like, okay, so what, I can't just go cold turkey today,
Nope.
right?
And I don't
So
recommend that.
what are some steps I can take to step away from these addictions? And I'm asking for a friend. This friend is me. Because I need to get rid of this sugar.
So I would first start off with creating those foundational habits. Okay.
Mhm.
So first things first, I'm leading a group right now, and they're wanting to like hop in there and they're like, what do I cut out? What do I do? And I was like, first, you're gonna drink some water.
Yeah. Oh.
And they're like, okay, yeah, I want you to drink water. And so we got into the habit of drinking water. They're drinking more water. I said, now I want you to make sure you're drinking water at the beginning of the day. As soon as you wake up, within that first hour, it would be great if it was warm with lemon. If not, long as it's water. And I
Hmm.
want you to drink before and after every meal. So you're hungry, drink some water, have your meal, and it isn't, I don't care what's in that meal, have your meal, and then
Hmm.
drink more water after. Because what you will learn is that your body will start to learn the difference between thirst and hunger.
Hmm.
So your body will it just knows it needs to be full. Okay. So when you drink your water, you hydrate yourself, and then you put your food on top of that, and then you drink your water after. And that'll one cut down on your calories, cut down on your consumption. It'll two make you great, better at digesting things. Okay. So you're digesting and all that's in there. And three, your body is full, you'll feel satiated, and you'll learn like, wow, I actually don't eat that much, or I don't eat that much pasta
Yeah.
or chicken or rice or whatever. Start off with water. Water is the key. The second step I would have you do is follow your circadian cycle. So what time do you go to bed? What time do you wake up? Okay. So figure that out. So if you are, let's say you wake up at 8, have breakfast by 10, and you say you go to bed around 10 o'clock tonight, stop eating at 6.
Hmm.
Because the longer it goes through the day, your body knows, okay, 10 o'clock, I'm going to bed. So I need to hold on. I'm going into fasting mode. Your body fasts while it sleeps. So it's not going to burn anything. You burn the most in the middle of the day.
Mm.
So you
Okay.
wake up, you eat whatever you're gonna eat around 6 o'clock or 4 hours before your bedtime. You're gonna stop eating, and you're just gonna do liquids, okay? Because again, your body's going into fast mode, and it doesn't need all that. It's like I'm going to sleep, so we're good. Because if you eat after that, it's gonna hold on to it, and it's gonna think, oh my god, I need this for later, but not now. And
Mm.
of course,
Yeah.
what are we holding on? We're holding on to fat.
To fat, right. Right, exactly.
So, so you're like, body, you don't need that. Chill out.
Right. So your body is doing what you teach it. You're teaching, so we're reteaching our body how to
Correct, because you're
function.
getting to know yourself.
Yes. And you know what? And I know one thing I do is I always talk about survivors, but I never talk about people who are still in, because I'm sure I have people
Mhm,
watching who may still be in it. So
mhm.
can they follow the same tips if maybe they don't have the
Absolutely.
same, tools or whatever? They're not out of it, so they're not making the decisions on their own, but maybe they can still use some of the tips while
Yes,
they're
you can
in these
still do this.
situations.
You can still drink your water. You
Yeah.
can still get your family water bottles. I have a client of mine, she bought the whole family water bottles. Everybody drinking water.
Yeah. Water is so good.
And so I have another client, she bringing her husband with her. She's like, well, I'm going to do, you going to do this too, kind of a thing. Yes, bring your family, because
Yeah.
as women, a lot of times we're the chef, we're the health
Mhm.
expert, you know, we're all that. So we are leading the charge in regards of nutrition in our family. So yes, just insert those small things. So yes, do your water, listen to your body as in the times of the day. Okay. Then next, I would have you look at your portions. So again, it doesn't eat what you want for now. Eat what you want, but look at your portions. Make your portions smaller. And again, by this time, it'll be easier because you're drinking your water. So
Right.
when your portion's getting smaller, it's okay. And your plate should be half vegetables. If you're going to do a carb, it should be a quarter of your plate, and the other quarter of your plate should be protein. Okay. And again, when I say carbs, learn how to count your carbs. So I was teaching a client today, and it was like a box of those that chickpea pasta,
Hmm.
and there were 32 carbohydrates, and I think 4 ounces of it. And I said, how many carbs are in here? And she said 32. I said, no, there's 27, because the fiber
Right.
takes from the carbs because your body doesn't digest fiber.
Hmm.
So you want to focus on your net carbs. And so if you're doing low carbs, which is about 60 carbs a day, that's 27. You about ate half your carbs for the day, but
Right.
that goes
Right.
into your carb count, because that's the part that turns into sugar. That's the part that your body uses for energy. So if you're going to incorporate a workout, if you're going to walk up a lot of steps, if you're walking to a lot of meetings, you're sitting up and down a lot, that's fine. Just try to do it, try to condense that, try to condense your portions. And the other thing I would say is write down a food diary. So
Yeah, that helps a lot.
your food diary,
Hmm.
no judgment. Hear me. No judgment. You have 4 Twinkies a day. It's okay. You have 4 Twinkies a day. Write that down. Because it's easy to see, okay, what do I need to change? Or what's working for me? Even if it's an allergy thing, I'm having a lot of digestion problems. What have I been eating? You're able to look back at that. And then the next day, I ate 3 Twinkies today. Yes, you did. Celebrate that.
Right, right,
Celebrate every small milestone, because small decisions, small goals, small milestones lead to huge changes.
right. And that's what people need to understand. That it takes, you didn't get that way overnight. So you're not necessarily going to, well, you're absolutely not going to change overnight.
Hmm.
So the small goals and making it achievable. And like
Yes.
you said, not being down on yourself when you don't achieve
No.
that, but just know that you have the opportunity, to continue to make a better option the next day.
Correct.
So I absolutely love that. I mean, you're dropping so much good information. And you have a way about yourself that you say it in such a way that's like captivating. And it's like, you're right. I need to make these changes. Because this is part of my life. I love that. I love that. Um, so I guess, and I'm trying to look at the comments here. I'm just seeing here that people are writing great info, and self-care is vital, and they're liking how you broke that down. One question I have for you. So there are so many fads and so many trends as far as dieting goes.
Hmm.
At the end of the day, is it low carb that's better? Is it just low calorie intake that's better? Is it just green stuff on your plate?
Hmm.
What matters when people are trying to decide what direction to take?
Okay.
Vegan,
So
veganism.
my
What am I
top, my top three is water. Like I said,
saying?
drink your water, drink your water, drink your water, drink your water. So that's top. Two is customization.
Let me drink some water while you're talking.
Right. Let me take a little sip myself. Okay.
Mm,
Customization.
all right.
So as I've been saying the whole time, get to know yourself. Veganism may not work for you. Low carb may not work for you. High carb may not work for you. You have to figure out what works for you and be okay with those stumbling blocks. Like, oh, I'm not losing weight. Well, guess what? That don't work for you. So we're going to change. We're going to pivot. Pivoting is
Right.
great. It's a journey. Journeys are up and down, round and round, loop de loop. Now, the
Mhm.
cool thing is you got somebody like me who will ride that thing out with you. I'm going
And
to
that's
ride it
why
out.
you're important. Yeah.
Right, because you can't heal alone. People try to heal in silence and in seclusion. You
Mhm.
have to heal, like you said, heal out loud, okay?
Mhm.
Because if you're healing out loud, people hear you and they want to heal too. So we can do this together. Do it with a friend, do it with a health coach, do it with a nutritionist, do it with someone else, because it's hard to do it by yourself. Not saying that you can't,
Absolutely.
but it's much easier, when you have that person pumping you up, like, no, but I see it, girl. I see the inches coming off.
It's
I see you getting
accountability,
smaller.
right? You're getting that accountability, and that's so
Yeah.
important.
Yes, you want that, and so, or then, like, you have, like you said, that accountability. You have that friend or that buddy, or that partner, or that health coach. Well, I did this. Okay, well, how did that make you feel? Why did you make that decision? Let's talk about that. Let's dig deep into that. You
Yeah.
know, why did you choose not to eat all day? What were you upset about? Because a lot of women, people think that we eat
Yes.
too much, sometimes we don't eat enough. Why
I
didn't you
don't
eat
eat when
today?
I'm
Right.
upset.
Why didn't you eat today? You were that busy. That means you put everything over you, and that's not where we're
Yeah.
going. You put your
Yeah.
work over you. You put your kid over you. People say, "Oh my God, don't put your kid over you." You can't be the mom you need to be if you are not well, if you are not fed, if you are not pouring into yourself. You can't be the spouse, the sister, the mother, whatever you are, the business owner. If you are not putting yourself first, you can't do it.
You got to put that mask over yourself first, like they say on the airplanes, and then help the people around you. It's
Yes.
so true because when you crumble, then what?
Yes.
you know,
Exactly. Then what? And so
yeah.
I speak this to people, like yourself, who are those what do I call them? I call them self-care leaders.
Mhm.
So you're trying to help everybody. You can do it. Okay, let me help this person. Okay, you can do it. Okay, then you didn't eat all day.
Yeah.
You
You
didn't
should have
drink any
taken care
water
of
all day.
yourself.
Right. Right. And that you can't do that. There was a purpose placed on your life for you to help people. You need to be here. You're here for a reason. And so you have to take care of
Absolutely.
yourself. You have to take care of yourself.
I love this. I think that is an excellent. Can't believe we've been on for almost 30 minutes. This is such good information. I would keep you on way longer, but can you let people know how they can find you?
Yes, you can. So I am on all the social media platforms. So
Okay.
hit me up, LB Morris Consults. I'm on Facebook. Please join my Facebook. I have Try It Thursdays where we try new recipes or we try different
I
products
check
or
one of them out. Check them out, y'all.
we try different products, we try different things because I love to cook, I love to help people. So that's what I'm there for. And you can also go to my website if you need, that person to help you through. If you need education, if you need help, I am here. So that's how you can find me.
I
And then
love
you
that.
should also see my website in the chat somewhere.
Yep, the website is in the chat. I will make sure I pin it to the top when we get off of this. And just wanted to let everyone know. I know I mentioned a lot about domestic violence. If you're new to watching the series, welcome. I am a transformation coach, and I assist individuals who are exiting or recovering from abusive relationships to reclaim their voice, find their power, and heal loudly. So here's my contact information here as well. And I have some more stuff for you.
Hold on, wait 1 second, Paula. I just want to tell you. So I just wanted to speak to you, and I was telling, my sister today. So I am, I'm happily married. I'm not in a abusive relationship or anything like that. However, we are all healing loudly, so you helped me so much. This group has helped
Oh,
me
thank
recognize
you.
narcissism or like, you'll be saying something. I'm like, I had a boss like that,
Yes.
like, you know what I mean? And so, like, it's so much bigger. We're coming out of abusive relationships that aren't necessarily, in a spousal, thing.
Mhm.
You realize, like, oh, that ain't right. It could be a parent, it can be a boss, it could be a friend. Toxic relationships, all of the stuff that you teach applies so much. So,
Um,
you're speaking all of us, honey.
Thank you. I appreciate that. My thing is, I just want to educate as much as I can. And I think we all have the misconception that only a romantic relationship can be toxic, not realizing that there was a toxic one before you even got into that one. You know what I mean? There's
Pattern.
always an original one that made it
Hmm.
comfortable. So
Hmm.
I'm so happy to hear that you enjoy it. Oh,
Yes,
I'm so happy that we reconnected.
me
And your
too.
t-shirt is coming in the mail. I did not forget about you.
I'm so excited. And can you also just let us know where everyone else can get them? Because I have at least 3 other people who want one.
Absolutely. So if you're interested in purchasing the t-shirt, so what I'm doing is I created t-shirts, and it states "Healing Loudly." And I wish I have an example here. If you go to my page, if you're watching this, you're likely probably already on my page. Proceeds will go towards a local shelter, domestic violence shelter in Houston. They got hit very, very hard in COVID, so they're in
Mm,
need of all types of supplies, deodorant, feminine products, diapers, things like that. So a portion of all the proceeds will go towards that organization. And you can go to my website. I have actually a little shopping cart added to my website. So you can go on there and purchase a shirt.
nice. I
Thank you
love
so
it.
much. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining. Can you stay on for a second? I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast.
I can.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.